Now let's look at China, because that caused a lot of volatility in markets last year as well. The big problem in China is we all know the Chinese economy is slowing. The question is how much? Because the official numbers show that the Chinese economy grew 6.9%, but most people don't believe those numbers are real. In fact, some feel growth was closer to below 3%. Case in point, for understanding if these are real numbers, when the US reports their quarterly GDP numbers, it takes them a month to compile the data, and they revise it 3 times. China, they take 2 weeks and they don't revise it. So it makes it seem like they're just making it up. So there's a lot of uncertainty around that growth rate in China. But one of the things you have to consider with that slowing is it's not all bad, because it's part of a bigger plan. China is trying to rebalance their economy. They want it to be more consumption-based and less dependent on manufacturing and industrial production. And it's starting to work. You can see services as a share of GDP has been continuously moving up. Last year, it was over half of GDP in China. Manufacturing has been moving down. So that's exactly what they want to see. The danger and what people are worried about is the industrial manufacturing part of the economy is slowing too quickly, and it's going to cause a hard economic landing in China. Case in point, Autonomous Research believes production and construction contracted in the 3rd quarter of last year, so they think you're already in that kind of environment. Societe Generale believes the industrial sector is actually 10% oversupplied in China, and that right-sizing that could mean 10 million workers will lose their jobs. To give you an idea of how important China is to the world economy, China consumes roughly half the world's industrial metals. So if you export commodities, like a country like Canada, Australia, or Brazil, this is a bad thing. To give you an idea of the scale of this, Chinese cement production in 3 years was more than what the US produced in the entire 20th century. So it's a big deal. Now, one thing, though, is it a big deal for the United States? Because what you have to understand is exports only about 13% of the US economy, and they only export about 7% of that to China. If they were to export nothing to China, it may reduce GDP in the US by maybe 1%. So why are the markets concerned with China? It has to do with debt. If you look at this chart, the red line is nominal GDP growth in China. The, I'm going to call it yellow line, is credit growth in China. And a lot of that credit growth is in industrial companies, and just the same ones, as we said, were 10% oversupplied. The concern is China's going to have to write off a lot of that debt, and it's bad debt. And in fact, Kyle Bass, who's a famous US hedge fund manager, believes China has $3.5 trillion in bad loans. And Societe Generale believes the industrial sector is where a lot of those loans are, and writing them off is going to wipe out half of China's banking capital. This means China is going to have to recapitalize their banks. And to do it, they're going to have to print a lot of money. And when they do that, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the Chinese currency. A lot of people saw this. They're trying to get in ahead of that trade, get money out of China, and that resulted in a lot of capital leaving China last year, upwards of $1 trillion last year. Now, China still has over $3 trillion in foreign currency reserves. But if you start losing that kind of money every year, China is going to be forced to devalue. That matters to the world economy, because if China devalues, the entire emerging market's going to have to devalue. And remember, China devaluing was what triggered the Asian financial crisis. So this is, I think, what has got the markets on edge.